Chris, we've been around the block.
We have lots of blocks.
Many blocks.
Many blocks.
We've been around blocks, city blocks, country mile blocks. We've been around a lot of blocks.
Every kind of
figurative blocks. You're playing with actual
I'm playing
blocks right now.
Yeah.
Okay, right? You've blocked people on Twitter. We've been around a lot of blocks.
It's the best.
Okay.
No.
So you know a lot of blocks. Matumbo's blocking on
Cereal boxes.
television commercials and whatever. Oh, we've seen tons of blocks that we've been around. So a general manager in the NFL praising a quarterback who he's just signed in free agency, that's man bites. That's what dog bites man story.
Dog bites man. Yeah, dog bites.
Right. That's we've seen that all the time.
Front page.
Of course, a general manager is going to acquire a quarterback, sign a quarterback, trade for a quarterback, whatever. General manager is going to say, "This is the quarterback. I'm pounding the table with this quarterback.
He's my guy."
And normally they don't have to pound the table with a quarterback because if you acquire a quarterback in free agency or what have you, this is what you're going to do. It makes perfect sense to do that. When you're Ryan Pace pounding the table for Andy Dalton, though, that's a different story. Because it plays differently. Again, Ryan Pace, the general manager of the Chicago Bears, pounding the table for a quarterback, in Bears fandom, usually elicits a response of pound sand. Pound sand. Get out of here. We don't want to hear this anymore. We don't want to hear it from you. We don't want to hear it anymore. That's it. Guy who leaves Mahomes and Watson on the board and goes up and trades for Mitchell Trubisky and then gets Nick Foles to push him and then now tries to YOLO for Russell Wilson and sets everybody up for mean-spirited T.J. Jefferson's April Fool's Day social media post at Rich Eisen Show Instagram page, causing Jeff Garland to curse me out on text and on voicemail, and then to call into the show, thankfully, to clean it up, to give everybody a bunch of crap.
And to threaten me.
Threaten you. Say he's coming for you.
He said he's coming for you.
Oh, he's coming for your manhood. Literally, he said that be careful.
Well, I got the Samoan SWAT team backing me up. So.
Very good. I don't know what that means.
You're going to be like Varys when it's all over.
Very good. That's correct. There we go. That's good Game of Thrones reference in the general direction of our social media grandmaster. Point of all of this is Ryan Pace saying what he said today about Andy Dalton is no surprise. But when a fan base is dying for a franchise quarterback and has hopes that the home run swing will actually connect and net the team a franchise quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. You don't want to hear him say that when asked of his attributes that Dalton has that Pace likes the most. Obviously, his experience is what he said. Because now that's quote unquote. Obviously, his experience. Now, we all know what his experience is in Cincinnati and what his experience was last year in Dallas. And we also know that he still has yet to win a playoff game.
He's been to the playoffs at least.
Exactly. He's won many. Right. Obviously, his experience. He's a 9-year starter. That's the first thing.
This isn't wowing the fan base.
And then he says he's been to 3 Pro Bowls, which is, as you know, sometimes a Fugazi figure, almost as Fugazi as a contract in the NFL where, it's worth $100 million, but only 99 of it is unguaranteed, right? So sometimes you go to a Pro Bowl because 4 of the starters who were named say, I don't want to go, I got a toe, I got this, I got that. Or, hey, they made it to the Super Bowl for the AFC. And they say, Andy Dalton, you got one and done. It's your go have some pineapple with your family because that's what you deserve.
Andy Dalton's such a great guy, man.
He is. He's one of the, quote unquote, Ryan Pace, he's one of the more complete quarterbacks that we evaluated this year in free agency. And we're excited to have him. We feel we've gotten better with Andy. End quote. When you call a quarterback complete, it's me telling you, hey, man, TJ, that post you did yesterday on social media, that was solid. It's a solid post. Everybody out there, if you tell me I did something solid,
that's an insult.
You need to upgrade your adjective a little bit more. And that's what Bears fans feel about Andy Dalton. And I think it's unfair to say it, but it's the truth. And it's unfair, I guess, to go in, if you will, on Ryan Pace, but it's the truth. Bears fans don't want to hear it. Ryan Pace has every reason to say what he had to say today. It is his best option right now. to use the phrase that pays in talking about quarterbacks that usually aren't around for very long. Right now, can the Bears draft somebody in the first round? Yeah. Will somebody even be remotely available? How far down that they draft? Not a shot. They're going to have to take somebody for a reach in the second round. They won't that's got a second round grade, and they won't do that. They might keep trading down if they really like a quarterback that they could be in the second round, and everybody in Chicago will be like, what are you doing? Which will create a bigger problem for Ryan Pace. The social media page putting him up there as QB1, which is totally nuts, because what if Ryan Pace does pull off the home run? Then all that happens then. What if Ryan Pace pulls off the home run? Come on. It's just a total, absolute disappointment for Bears fans. And they're going to have to keep reliving it. And Andy's going to be first rate when he steps in front of a microphone and he talks about this is his team, as well he should.
Yep.
And he's going to talk about the excitement that he and his family have, which he should. Playing for an organization like the Bears with the history, which he should. Saying that he can't wait to compete, which he should. Aaron Rodgers still plays for the Green Bay Packers, right?
He does.
That's the end of it in terms of the conversation. Bears got to upgrade at that position. They say they have. Upgrade over what? Trubisky and Foles? That's the whole thing. The upgrade that they wanted was something huge. So you're going to hear a lot of trolling about it today. You could even say that I just did some, but I'm just pointing. I'm just pointing out what the reality is and what the Bears are going to have to deal with their fan base being thoroughly disappointed. And that is what goes in the ear gate of ownership. Big year for the Chicago Bears. Big. And I personally, ask me. You want to talk about a long-term veteran quarterback who has the attributes that Ryan Pace did properly laud Dalton for? Everybody in that position, 9-year starter, complete quarterback, what have you. You want to rate him? Stafford's got the best shot of them all. And I only throw Stafford in here. I know he's got a gajillion more passing yards than Dalton, but he has the same number of playoff losses and fewer playoff appearances. Stafford's in the best position of them all, and right behind him in 1A, as far as I'm concerned, is after that 1 or 1B. He's 1A. 1B is Ryan Fitzpatrick. I love where he is. I just don't know if Dalton in this offense that sometimes was just struggling for yards, first downs, points, he's going to stroll in there. Allen Robinson, he airmails one. Oh. Allen Robinson takes to Twitter and unfollows all of them in 2 seconds flat because he doesn't have a long-term deal. He's just franchise tagged. Nope. He's wondering what the hell's going on, and the boos are coming in because fans are allowed in the stadium. What's going to happen? Or he can actually have the year of his life, and the Bears defense plays the way that they do. He gives them 21 points, 24 points, and all of a sudden they have a shot to win the division. They make the playoffs to win a playoff game, and they're starting to talk about a parade down Michigan Avenue. What do you think is more likely?
Nah.
Just throwing that all out there. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.